Today's Money Monday segment is all about beef. A new report from Dalhousie's Agro-Foods Lab says beef is something more of a luxury for Canadians, with soaring prices changing how families are approaching those backyard barbecues. Here to tell us more about this morning, we have Sylvain Charlebois with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, let's talk about this rising cost of beef prices.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So people in Ottawa, I know that the weather's starting to turn and people will start thinking about barbecuing. And so they'll go to the meat counter at the grocery store and they'll actually find out that beef prices have gone way up. Since January, strip loin cuts have actually gone up 35%. Sirloin cuts, 33%. Even ground beef is up about 22% since last year. So
Wow.
Some sticker shockers, unfortunately, at the meat counter. But the good news that, well, pork, chicken, still relatively affordable compared to beef.
Okay, so what is driving the cost of beef prices?
Well, the rally we're in right now really started about 18 months ago with this massive drought affecting North America, not just Canada, but North America. And producers aren't reinvesting in their herds. They're not increasing the number of heads. And so right now in Canada, we have a very small herd. It's the same size as it was back in 1989.
Wow.
And in the US, it's the same size that it was back in 1951. So supplies are just not there, which is why prices are going way up.
Is this part of because it's becoming harder for farmers to maintain, cattle and land, and their prices going up as well?
Feed costs have gone up because of the drought, and typically what we would see is our ranchers just going to auction to get rid of some animals, essentially, to reduce costs, but they're not buying, they're not increasing their herds at all. And some of them are actually exiting the industry altogether, both in Canada and in the US. So it's a bit of a problem, and we're not seeing any changes until probably mid-2026.
Wow.
That's the bad news.
Okay, so with beef prices being so high, what options are there for Canadians who want to have, a nice summer barbecue? What are Canadians buying?
Well, so if you want to stick to beef, look for sales. There are still some sales out there, and by the way, if you go to independent grocers, independent stores, and I know that there are a lot of them in the Ottawa region, you'd be surprised. Some of these prices are still quite affordable. Ground beef, even though it's gone up significantly since last year, since January, it's been pretty stable. The other thing is that, perhaps some people will start looking at other options like bison, for example. Bison is not something we think about. It's more expensive, but right now, if you compare bison meat with beef, they're almost the same price now. So maybe it's time to look at other options.
Right. I know my husband a few months ago bought a quarter cow. He worked with the local farmer, and a couple of them went in and they split a cow.
There you go.
Yeah, and it was a great
That's
option.
the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a farmer a friend. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate your time.
Take care.